Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the monthly passive income or dividend income, whatever you want to call it, options premiums for September of 2024. So let's get it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start first with the with the grayscale trusts and the native cryptos. So as you guys can see, nothing has changed with the grayscale trusts. Have not bought any, nor have we sold any. It's just kind of sitting the same. Again, there are reasons for this. We're a little late in the crypto bull run right now. So we may not be able to accumulate any more of these before the end of the bull run. But even if we don't, we do still plan on buying them during the bear market. So yeah, nothing really much has changed here except the price. Unfortunately, to the downside, not to the upside. But I do think these trusts are going to start moonshotting here pretty quick. Okay, so going over the transactions. And again, the reason why I bring this up is to let you guys know that we are transparent here. Okay, we basically show you all you guys the numbers. So if you guys are wondering, oh, maybe there's some secret trades or something, guys, there's no secret trades. Okay, this is it. So you can see I actually even went over the last 60 days, not the last 30 days. Again, this only covers a month, this video. So you guys can see that basically pretty much no transactions whatsoever have been taken here. Just a little bit of savings interest. Again, not really much. So in terms of native cryptocurrencies, so you guys can see pretty much have all the same exact positions as before. We will be adding to this before the end of the year. That is pretty much a guarantee at this point. So you can see all the different positions we have here. So Litecoin, Engine, probably never going to get the money back on this one for the Wrapped Luna. I mean, if it goes up in value, we'll have to find a way to offload it. But how exactly we're going to do that, I have no idea. So you got Scale, Ethereum, Banker, Crow, Render, Horizon, Dash, AIOZ, and Filecoin. This is not all of the holdings, but it is some of it. In terms of the dividend tracker, you guys can kind of see like the notional value here, the total income or expected forward earning income and annual expected income, yield on cost, dividend yield, all that stuff. And here's the positions that we have. So you got ACP. I'm not going to go over each one of these by name, but you can kind of see, I'll like scroll down slowly here. You can see which positions are still in here. Keep in mind, this is not updated. This is actually, it's been a little while since we've updated this because we've been more focused on trading, not so much on keeping this updated. Again, we do have all of our numbers put out in spreadsheets, but this was just kind of an add-on. In terms of the positions we don't have anymore, so no more AMZY. We got rid of that. Don't have any more Apply. No more Crash. Got rid of that. Got rid of Enbridge. Got rid of Good. We may still buy into this in the future. We're just not going to buy it right now. Let's see what else we got here. Got rid of IWMY, JEPY, Clip. Those are gone. Triple QY is gone. Let's see what else we got here. Squeeze gone. That was actually a good holding. May end up buying back into that one as well. And just keep on going down the list here. I think that might be it. Yeah, so we still have everything else that's on here. Okay, so going over the M1 Finance. I really just spoke like Janet Yellen there. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay. Going over the M1 Finance portfolio here, you guys can see the passive dividends that we've received in recent times. Of course, I'm not going to go all the way back to the start of the year or something. So, all right, so I'll start at the bottom. September 3rd, 2 cents from Walmart. Again, September 3rd, $21.10 from PDI. So 602 minus 90 cents from Enbridge. Again, we offloaded Enbridge at a profit. So we got 4 cents from PFLT, 96 cents from Apply, $2.30 from TLTW, $5.52 from ORC, NVIDIA 48 cents and $48.32. Tesla, so plus 448.59, and then we have a couple deductions here of 173.82 and 49.86. 15 cents from Beto, $1.40 from Walgreens, 3 cents from 3M, and then we have 45 cents from HRZN. This is definitely one we plan on adding in the future. We just don't know when it's going to be yet. PSEC, 1 cent, $7.62 from RA, 13 cents from EFC. Going forward in time here, you can see $9.26 from USOI. Oil has been extremely, extremely volatile lately. I mean, like stupidly volatile. As a matter of fact, let me show you this. Just see, and again, I know this isn't, we're not doing the monthly videos on this one, but I just want you guys to see how stupid this candle is. So yeah, this is the micro oil. It doesn't really matter which one we pick here. They're all futures, but you can see just how stupid this explosion on oil is. Again, it's kind of because of the conflict in the Middle East. I mean, this candle has produced a 12% gain in 1 week, which is absolutely insane. So again, not really shocking that this paid so much. So we got basically 2 cents from Maine, SEHD 1 cent, $21.75 from ACP, 44 cents from SVOL, 4 cents from BSTZ, 14 cents from OPP. We may actually end up getting back into BSTZ as well because, again, it's BlackRock, and this particular fund that they have here has actually, they've doubled their dividend recently. We were kind of waiting to see if they were going to do that. And now that they have, we may get back into it. So OPP 14 cents, CLM 98 cents, QYLD $3.50, CLM 1 cent, RYLD 861. Again, CLM 10 cents, QYLD $2.99. Okay, I don't know why we got separate payments here, but that's happening apparently. Okay, so the total dividend income from this portfolio, $378.20. And again, the Jay, and I guess if he has a team or not over there at the Title Trust, they decided to go ahead and switch these yield max ETFs to weekly pairs. So some of those may not be showing up here. I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. I have noticed that YMAX and YMAG didn't pay out for the first 2 weeks, but they did pay out for the last 2 weeks of last month. So I'm not so sure about that one. You guys can let me know about that in the comments down below. So that covers all those. And in terms of Webull, so the only position we still have here is basically just the OARC. We're waiting for this thing to go into profit, to get out, move the money out, and transfer that over to Robinhood. Eventually, it will start ripping again. It's just a matter of how long it takes for it to rip is the question. So $24.76 in the month of September from this portfolio. Again, you got that $24.76 there. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the Robinhood portfolio, which is the big one. So we'll go over the dividends that paid out first, like the actual positions we have that paid out. So we have SPYT, XDTE, QDTE, GUI, AMZ, YBIT, MSTY, NVDY, TSLY, OARC, Coney, MRNY, which again, I think Moderna is probably at its bottom. I'm expecting it to go up from here. GPIC, GPIX, YMAG, YMAX, TSLP, FEPI, AIPI. Those are all the positions that paid out for this last month. So in terms of the amounts they paid out, so SPYT $46.02, GUI $35.82, AMZ $74.03, YBIT $78.51, MSTY $401.52, and VDY paid out $346.41, TSLY $23.80, OARC $24.64, Coney $224.11, MRNY $47.89, GPIX and GPIC respectively 34 cents and 41 cents, QDTE $124.45, XDTE $80.85, YMAG $88.97, YMAX $122.32, TSLP $41.26, FEPI $109.33, and AIPI $148.67. All right, so the total paid from Robinhood for this month, $2,019.35. So I did want to show you guys the power of these call debit spreads. So I know this is completely off topic, but we just recently opened this position. So if I actually go over here to, so there was kind of an end of day squeeze on the S&P. I'm not sure why, but maybe the shorts were closing their positions or something, but it kind of caused crypto and the miners to mooch out a little bit, which was interesting. What was even more strange was the fact that Coinbase and MSTR did not moonshot, but let's see, you had some positions here that did go up. So you had Mara and Riot went up, and then it was kind of a mixed bag for the miners, but you can see that CLSK was down, which is weird. But then you had things like Riot and Mara up, so that's very interesting. But call debit spreads, if you can do them correctly, again, do your own research on these because there's a lot to learn about these and understand the risks and the rewards involved. But you can see if we close this position out right now, we would already make $480 in profit. Again, this is only a $300 position, so we're looking at, like already $180 in profit. And this thing has to go it has to go to somewhere between $19 to $20 to actually get the full profit, which again is about $6,000. But you can see how much of a difference this very small 2.5% increase made in the value of these call debit spreads. Again, the break even for this is $19.05. So it really, it needs to go up a lot. But again, Riot, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was, I think it was Riot. I want to say it was Riot and Hut 8 were at $80 a share at the peak of the last cycle. So is $20 really all that much? Nah, probably not. Okay, so that was the dividends and the positions that paid out from Robinhood. So the profits. So again, we sold Enbridge for a profit, so $3.49. Sold PDI for a profit, but then got back into it. So we're in that position. I'll show you that in a minute. So it's $56.03, TSLP $31.20 in profit, Robinhood $6 in profit, and we also had the Wayfair call debit spread, which the profit for that was $670 above and beyond the initial investment. I actually thought about getting back into Wayfair because they have earnings coming up. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not, but you can see here the 800 cost and then the profit or the total return on investment 1,470, so nearly a 2x. So those are the gains. And then, of course, we have one loss, which is AMZ, $396.09. But again, we've been making tons and tons of dividends off of that position for months on end, so not too worried about it. So total profits here, $370.63. Okay, so going over to AMZ here, you guys can see we did get paid the dividends, and on the following day we offloaded the shares here back on September 10th. Okay, so I'm actually going to go over to the portfolio on M1 Finance. Usually we don't really take a look at this, again, because we haven't been very active lately. There's not really a whole lot that's changed here. It's just I did want to show you guys the updated positions on ACP and PDI. So you can see our total return on PDI is actually quite large. It's about total return is 37%. That's with the dividends and also the profits. Again, we haven't really made a whole lot in profits on this. You can see that the price of PDI is above our average share cost, which we might just end up taking profit again since it keeps going up, scale out a little bit more and get back into ACP. So I'm not sure why the gain here is so small. I think that's probably a little bit off. I don't know why that is, but regardless, the total return here is 73%. So you can see that we basically we had, I think it was 97 to 100 shares somewhere in there before, and now we're down to 91 and a half. So we still have it, but we did take a piece of that pie and move it over into ACP again. When we take a look at these dividend paying stocks, minus the super high yielding ones like AI, PI, FEPI, YMAX, YMAG, the single stock ETFs, because again, a lot of those ETFs are kind of based on the underlines, whereas these ones have their own kind of individual flow going on. So for the ones that we have in this portfolio, we do actually do technical analysis on these to decide whether it's worth it to buy and or sell them. Again, it just depends on what the charts show us and kind of the status of the market and the economy and stuff like that. So current price here is $6.54, and then the average return here, well, 3.88%, so it's not that much. Again, the dividends are barely outpacing the gains, which there is some minus gains here, but I mean, then again, our average price is $7.06, and the market price is $6.54. So it is, yeah, I mean, it's down quite a bit. So now we have almost 289 shares, which again, 290 shares of this would basically be about $29 a month in passive income. Okay, so enough of that. That pretty much covers the change in positions there. All right, so last thing I'm going to go over here is the actual options plays for the month of September. So we already went over the call debit spread for Wayfair that was covered in last month for a profit. So the call debit spread from GME is still in play. If it doesn't go, if it doesn't at least go in profit like a week before expiration, which again is on the 18th, we may just go ahead and close it out and say, screw it, just take the loss. Again, it would be offset anyways by the Wayfair trade. So let's go down the list here. So we opened up the CLSK call debit spreads also in the month of September, expecting to make quite a bit of money off that. Again, the total return from that should be about $30,000. Okay, so Robinhood, we did a cover call on this one, but then basically paid to get out of it to sell the shares at a profit. So we got $46 in premium, but paid $125 for that. Mara opened a covered call with an expiration of 1/7/2025, which again is theoretically about the time that Mara should be at all-time highs. So $125 times 2 contracts. GME cash secured put 9/11, closing date 9/20. Received $47 times 1 contract, but paid $30 to close early at a profit. Robinhood, this was a kind of a test run at an at-the-money call debit spread on the 11th, and kind of the goal was to close it towards the end of the year, 12/20. So we paid $98 to get into the trade. Again, the max profit was $102. We closed for $98, so basically break even. Okay, CLSK 9/12, closing date 9/20. 25 times 1 contract, cost 10 to close early. Again, CLSK 9/13, closing date 9/27, $26 received times 1 contract, 27 to close early. We closed early because of the Fed funds rate. Again, we didn't know how the markets were going to react to the cut or how much the Fed was going to cut by, although we thought 50 was definitely a high probability situation. So NVDL opening the contract here 9/19, cash secured put, closing date 9/27, $160 received times 1 contract, closed for the cost of $35. NVDL again on 9/24, cash secured put, closed 9/27. Or sorry, these expirations are for 9/27, my bad. I don't remember when we closed, but it was definitely before the expiration. So let's see, we got 105 times 1 contract, cost $40 to close early. Again, we're just basically just closing at a profit. NVDL 9/25 cash secured put, expiration 9/27, 95 times 1 received, $20 to close early. Again, closing at a profit. 9/26 NVDL cash secured put, closing date. Let's see here, 10/4. We closed that early today so we received $150 in premiums, paid $90 to close early. Just recently opened the Riot call debit spreads. So again, the expiration for that is 3/21. You guys can kind of see that down here, 3/21/2025. So 60 spreads. Again, the cost is $300. The expected profit is $5,700. NVDL 10/3, which again, I know this is not for September, but just letting you guys know before we make the weekend video that we did open another cash secured put today, which you should actually be able to see at the top here. So this is the recent put that we opened on NVDL. So that expiration is going to be 10/11, and again, that's $190 in premiums received. So total premiums received for the month with the credits minus the debits 507.44, and the total made on the entire month is $3,300.38. This does not include other sources of income. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.